They told you success is about luck, about talent, about being in the right place at the right time. They lied, because the truth is darker than you want to believe. The truth is, you are the only thing standing in your own way. You think you're working hard? You think you're doing everything right? Then why do you still feel trapped? Why do you still sabotage yourself when you get close to breaking through? It's not your job, not the economy, not your upbringing. It's your self-concept, the invisible thermostat that keeps your life from ever getting too warm. Every time you rise above your belief of what you deserve, your subconscious drags you back down to the level where you feel safe. You think the cage is your circumstances, but the real prison is you. The first lock, worthlessness. Successful people aren't better than you. They're not smarter, richer, or luckier. They've just built something you haven't. A deep, unshakable belief that they are worthy. They move with a quiet certainty that the universe bends for them. And because they believe it, it does. When they walk into a room, the world adjusts to their presence. When you walk in, you adjust to the world. That's the difference between being the storm and hiding from the rain. You can't attract what you don't believe you deserve. So if you want success, stop chasing it like a desperate beggar. Become someone it can't resist. The second lock, victimhood. You blame your past. You blame people who wronged you. You blame time, money, opportunity. But the moment you point the finger, you hand away your power. Blame is the silent poison of mediocrity. It paralyzes you, while convincing you it's protecting you. Every winner I've ever known has whispered one truth to themselves. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. They don't wait for conditions to be right. They create the conditions. They don't need permission. They become the permission. When they fall, they don't cry for rescue. They get up bleeding and keep moving. The victim waits for rescue. The warrior rescues himself. The third lock, comfort. Your comfort zone is a decorated coffin. You sit inside it, surrounded by familiarity, scrolling through distractions that numb the ache of unrealized potential. You call it peace. But it's not peace. It's sedation. Everything you want lies beyond the line you refuse to cross. Growth hurts. Change burns. But the pain of transformation is the price of evolution. You can't stay the same and expect a different life. You can't stay safe and call yourself ambitious. Comfort and greatness cannot coexist. So ask yourself, when was the last time you truly scared yourself? When was the last time you did something that made your blood run cold? And did it anyway? That's where your next version is hiding. The fourth lock, shallow imitation. Most people copy the actions of the successful without ever developing the character behind them. They want the mansion without the mindset, the glory without the grind. They copy habits but not beliefs. They follow strategies but ignore identity. And that's why they always return to zero. Because action without transformation is temporary. You don't get the life of a lion by acting like one. You must become one. You can't fake energy. You can't fake self-respect. You can't fake the vibration of someone who knows they deserve more. And when you finally become that person, the world bends in your direction. The fifth lock, fear. Fear is the architect of mediocrity. It builds invisible walls around your life and calls them logic. Fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish, fear of failure, fear of success. Fear whispers, stay where it's safe. But safe is where dreams go to rot. Every successful person you admire has felt fear, but they didn't bow to it. They walked through it. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it's defiance in the presence of it. You must face the darkness head on. You must do the thing you fear until fear forgets your name. The shift. The moment you realize that you created everything around you, you stop begging for change and start becoming the change. Your thoughts are blueprints. Your habits are bricks. Your identity is the architect. So ask yourself, what kind of life is your current self building? Because the world you live in right now is the reflection of who you were, and the world you want depends on who you're becoming. This is not motivation. This is reality. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. The new law. From this day forward, stop chasing success. Let it chase you. Let it hunt you down, because you've become too magnetic to ignore. Stop searching for strategies before sculpting your soul. Stop trying to have more before becoming more. And remember this truth. The universe doesn't reward need. It rewards alignment. When you build the self that deserves abundance, abundance arrives uninvited. When you become the one worthy of love, love finds you in silence. When you embody success, success is inevitable. This is the real law of attraction. Not fantasy, not vision boards. Reality. Who you are is the signal, and your results are the echo. So ask yourself one final question. Who do you choose to become? Because once you make that decision, the universe listens. Step 1. Shatter the illusion of unworthiness. Look around you. Most people are not broken because of failure. They're broken because they believe they were never worthy of success to begin with. They lived their entire lives under an invisible ceiling, built not by the world, but by the limits of their own self-image. It's the most silent form of destruction, not the loss of money, not the betrayal of others, but the slow erosion of your own self-worth. You can't see it. You can't hear it. But you can feel it every time you hesitate to chase what's yours. Every time you talk yourself out of opportunities. Every time you shrink in rooms where you belong. This illusion of unworthiness is the enemy that has lived in your mind rent-free since childhood. It hides inside your voice, inside your reflection, inside the words, "I can't." And it's patient. It waits for you to almost win, and then whispers, "You don't deserve it." That whisper is what kills dreams, not failure, not rejection. That whisper is the quiet executioner of greatness. So how do you destroy it? You don't argue with it. You prove it wrong. You prove it through relentless, undeniable, visible evidence. Not through affirmations on sticky notes, but through sweat, through action, through the violent birth of new standards. You wake up before your doubt. You train harder than your hesitation. You replace every excuse with execution. Because your mind is a courtroom, and every day it's on trial. If you spent years stacking evidence for why you're unworthy, then it's time to bring new witnesses to the stand. Every act of discipline, every promise kept, every moment you say no to weakness and yes to your future, that's a new piece of proof. You don't convince yourself of your worth through words. You earn it through evidence. You make your success inevitable because your results leave no room for doubt. But here's the truth. Most people can't stomach. Your environment mirrors your level of self-worth. If you tolerate disrespect, it's because you think you deserve it. If you stay in chaos, it's because you think peace is too expensive. If you chase validation, it's because you don't believe in your own reflection. You teach the world how to treat you by how you treat yourself. And every act of self-neglect sends a message. I'm not worthy of more. But every act of discipline, every boundary, every sacrifice, every time you choose focus over distraction, sends a louder message. I am not here to play small. You must build your self-worth like a fortress, and you will build it alone. Not everyone will understand your silence. Not everyone will support your rise. But that's the price of evolution. To outgrow the comfort of being underestimated. Understand this. No one is coming to tell you that you're enough. No one is going to hand you the validation you've been starving for. The day you stop begging for it is the day you start becoming powerful. Start speaking to yourself with authority. Stop saying, I'll try. Say, I will. Stop saying, I'm not ready. Say, I'll prepare. Stop saying, I'm not good enough. Say, I'm getting stronger every day. Your words are not just sounds, they are commands. And your subconscious mind obeys them like law. Do you think successful people feel worthy because they won? No. They won because they felt worthy before they had any proof. That's the paradox that most people never understand. They believed they deserved it, and the world simply aligned to their belief. You have to stop waiting to feel worthy before taking action. You'll never feel ready. You'll never feel enough. But that's because your current identity hasn't caught up with your potential yet. The only way to become worthy of greatness is to act like it's already yours. You have to behave like someone who knows they belong at the top, even when you're still clawing your way up from the bottom. Walk like you're meant to be there. Speak like your words matter. Decide like your future depends on it, because it does. If you carry yourself like a leader long enough, your mind adapts to the role. Confidence is not something you find, it's something you build. And it's built every time you face fear, not flee from it. Stop looking for proof of your worth in other people's reactions. They don't see your potential because they're blinded by their own fear. Stop giving them power over how you see yourself. You want to destroy unworthiness? Then stop asking for permission to evolve. Stop apologizing for being intense. Stop dulling your light to make weak people comfortable. There's a version of you buried beneath layers of doubt, guilt, and hesitation, waiting to be unleashed. That version doesn't beg for validation. It doesn't need permission. It doesn't chase acceptance. It commands it. And when that version of you finally awakens, you'll realize something powerful. The world never withheld success from you. You withheld it from yourself. Everything you want already exists. It's simply waiting for you to rise to the level where you can handle it. Raise your standards. Raise your habits. Raise your belief in what you deserve, and the world will rise to meet you. Step 2. Assume absolute responsibility. Responsibility, the word alone terrifies people. Because taking responsibility means there's no one left to blame. No scapegoat, no excuse, no safety net. It means you must stare straight into the mirror and admit, I built this life, brick by brick. The pain, the chaos, the limitations, all of it. And that's what most people can't handle. They'd rather live in the comfort of victimhood than the furnace of accountability. Because victims get sympathy, warriors get scars. But make no mistake, power only exists in ownership. Every time you blame something external, you give that thing power over you. You make yourself smaller than it. You declare to the universe, I am not in control. And the universe obeys. That's why so many people stay trapped in cycles of misery. Not because they're cursed, but because they've built an altar to excuses. They worship their trauma. They kneel before circumstance. They decorate their chains and call it fate. But the moment you whisper the truth, I am responsible, everything changes. You stop waiting. You stop complaining. You stop expecting life to feel fair. You start building, adjusting, attacking. You move from being life's victim to being its architect. You want to know why successful people seem unstoppable? Because they stopped outsourcing responsibility. They stopped saying, well, it's because of my boss, it's because of my past, or it's because of the system. And instead they said, it's because of me. They realized that even when something isn't their fault, it's still their responsibility. That's the paradox most never grasp. Your trauma may not be your fault, but healing it is your responsibility. Your childhood may not be your doing, but reprogramming your mind is. Your failures might have been triggered by others, but rebuilding your confidence is on you. The weak spend their lives looking for someone to fix them. The strong realize no one is coming. There is no savior, no rescue mission, no miracle that's going to drag you out of mediocrity. You are your own cavalry. And yes, that's a heavy burden to carry. But it's also the key to freedom. Because if it's your fault, then it's also within your control to fix it. Responsibility isn't weight. It's weaponry. It's the sword that cuts through chaos. The universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to command. And command only comes from those who have accepted full responsibility for the outcomes in their lives. You will never influence what you refuse to own. You cannot direct a force you keep blaming. So ask yourself this: how many areas of your life are you still blaming someone else for? Your finances, your relationships, your health? Every excuse is a leash. And the more you justify your circumstances, the tighter that leash becomes. Want freedom? Then cut the rope. Say it out loud. I am responsible for everything in my life. The good, the bad, and everything in between. It will feel heavy at first. You'll feel the weight of every bad decision crash down on your shoulders. But that weight is yours. And the day you carry it willingly, it will forge you into something unstoppable. You see, responsibility isn't about guilt. It's about ownership. It's not about taking the blame. It's about taking control. When you own your choices, you own your results. And that means no one can ever take them from you again. Most people want change, but they refuse to change themselves. They want new results while keeping the same habits, the same attitude, the same fragile mindset. That's why their life repeats. That's why nothing ever sticks. When you assume absolute responsibility, excuses lose their oxygen. There's no one left to point fingers at. There's only you, naked, raw, accountable. That's when transformation finally begins. Because when there's no one else to blame, there's no one else to wait for. And in that silence, you meet the version of yourself that's been waiting to lead. Write this on the wall if you must. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Say it until your brain starts believing it. Every morning, every setback, every defeat. Repeat it. Because when you live by that law, life bends around you instead of through you. Stop looking for fairness. Life isn't fair. It's responsive. It gives you the exact reflection of your standards. If your standards are low, your results will crawl. If your standards rise, your life follows. So raise them. Raise them until your old self can't keep up. Until mediocrity becomes unbearable. Until excuses feel like poison in your mouth. Absolute responsibility is the foundation of power. Once you claim it, nothing can own you again. Not people, not systems, not circumstance. You become untouchable. You become dangerous. Because when you finally take responsibility for everything, you gain the power to change anything. Step 3. Destroy comfort before it destroys you. Comfort is the quiet killer of potential. It doesn't come for you violently. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It tells you you've done enough. It convinces you to rest before the war is over. It makes mediocrity feel warm until you realize it's smothering you. Comfort is seductive because it feels earned. After all, you've been through hell, haven't you? You worked hard. You sacrificed. You deserve a break. But that's the trap. Comfort disguises itself as reward. It's the slow poison that turns lions into house cats. The masses worship comfort like it's freedom. They build lives centered around avoiding pain, avoiding risk, avoiding pressure. They create padded cages and call them secure jobs. They drown their ambition in entertainment and call it self-care. They brag about balance, but their version of balance is really avoidance. Understand this. Comfort is not the opposite of pain. It's the opposite of growth. And every time you choose it, you betray your future self. Growth lives in friction. Strength is forged under resistance. Comfort keeps you soft. Soft minds, soft bodies, soft spirits. And softness doesn't survive storms. It breaks under them. The truth? You don't need another motivational video. You need to get uncomfortable again. You need to wake up before the sun when your body screams to stay down. You need to push your limits until your excuses lose their breath. Because when you stop chasing comfort, you start chasing dominion. Every great transformation starts with a declaration. I will no longer be comfortable being average. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your signal. It's the alarm clock of your potential. If you feel resistance, that means you're standing on the edge of evolution. And if you back down, you fall back into the life you said you wanted to escape. The problem isn't that life is hard. It's that you've forgotten how to fight. Your ancestors endured famine, war, and death to create this world. And you flinch at an early alarm. You're built from bloodlines of survival, yet you fear sweat. You were born from warriors, yet you live like prey. It's time to remember who you are. Comfort has made you forget. There's a universal law the weak ignore. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. Every step forward requires pain, because pain is the toll gate of progress. It's the price you pay for becoming unrecognizable to your past self. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If you're growing, you're uncomfortable. That's how life keeps score. The gym burns your muscles to rebuild them stronger. Discipline burns your habits to rebuild them sharper. Pressure burns your mind to rebuild it unbreakable. Every fire you walk through refines you into something rarer. You think the strong love discomfort? No. They've just learned to make it home. They've stopped waiting for ease. They've accepted that greatness lives in the tension between exhaustion and obsession. They bleed willingly because they know the wound becomes the weapon. Here's the brutal truth. The longer you live in comfort, the weaker your spirit becomes. The weaker your spirit, the smaller your life. And a small life is hell disguised as peace. So train yourself to seek discomfort the way others seek pleasure. Say yes to challenges before you feel ready. Speak when your voice shakes. Move when your mind hesitates. Stand in the fire long enough to realize it never intended to kill you. It intended to forge you. Every morning, find one thing that makes you uncomfortable and do it anyway. Not because it's fun, Not because it's easy. Because each time you do, you shift your identity from comfort seeker to warrior. When others retreat, you advance. When others panic, you adapt. When others collapse under pressure, you thrive in it. That's the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary. One runs from the heat, the other becomes it. You were not born to live lukewarm. You were not built for mediocrity, no matter how the world tries to convince you. You are capable of being dangerous in the best way possible. Ruthless in your discipline, unshakable in your pursuit, unbending in your standards. But danger requires discomfort. You must sacrifice your love for ease to build your respect for effort. Because comfort and greatness cannot share the same room. One must die for the other to live. So ask yourself, are you willing to let comfort die? Are you willing to destroy it before it destroys you? Because if you are, you'll stop living like prey and start walking like a predator again. You'll stop surviving and start dominating. And once you've tasted the power that comes from mastering discomfort, you'll never go back to soft living again. Step 4. Build character, not just results. Results fade. Character remains. That's the hard truth the world doesn't want you to learn. Because if you understood it, you'd stop chasing empty trophies and start building the one thing that can never be taken from you. Who you are when no one's watching. We live in an age of illusion. People flex success they haven't earned. They sell authenticity they don't live. They broadcast confidence while dying inside from fear. And yet the universe never lies. It doesn't reward masks. It rewards essence. You can't fake frequency. You can't mimic the energy of someone who has done the inner work. The person who walks with quiet certainty isn't performing. They become. The person chasing recognition still needs to prove something. The person with character has nothing left to prove. Results are temporary. You can lose a business, a title, a following, a fortune. But if you've built character, you can rebuild it all. Because character is the foundation of every empire. And weak foundations always crumble. The masses want quick results. They want status without substance, money without mastery, admiration without integrity. But here's the dark reality. Shortcuts create fragile kings. They rise fast, and they fall faster. They build castles of glass that shatter at the first storm. Character, on the other hand, is forged in the storms. It's what you build when no one is clapping. It's what you develop in silence, while others are performing for attention. It's what you create when you keep promises to yourself, even when it hurts. Your word, your discipline, your consistency, your honesty. These are your bricks. And every time you choose integrity over convenience, you lay another. Do you know why most people never make it? Because character doesn't give dopamine. It doesn't feed the ego. It demands patience, humility, and honesty. All things the modern world despises. Building character requires you to tell yourself the truth, not the version that makes you feel good, the version that rips through your delusion like a blade. It's sitting in silence and admitting, I've been lazy. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I've been entitled. It's facing the fact that maybe, just maybe, you've been lying to yourself about how bad you want it. That kind of honesty hurts. But pain is the only material strong enough to build a foundation that lasts. Character isn't a personality. It's a code. It's how you operate when the world tempts you to compromise. When you could cheat and get away with it, but don't. When you could lie to make life easier, but tell the truth anyway. When you could quit, but don't. You become powerful not because you win all the time, but because you refuse to break your own code. That's the currency of the elite. In a world full of people who'll sell their soul for approval, your integrity becomes rare metal. People will feel it before they understand it. They'll sense the weight in your words, the steadiness in your presence. You won't have to announce who you are. Your character will do the talking. That's what makes truly powerful people magnetic. Not their looks, not their wealth. It's the invisible gravity that comes from alignment between their values and their actions. Building character isn't glamorous. It's not a highlight reel. It's repetition. It's refusing to skip the gym when no one's watching. It's keeping your word when it's no longer convenient. It's doing the hard thing even when nobody will ever know you did it. The process is quiet. It's lonely. It's relentless. But every time you follow through on what you said, you do. Even in the smallest things, you strengthen the muscle of trust in yourself. And once you trust yourself fully, the world has no leverage over you. Most people break that trust every day. They tell themselves, "I'll start tomorrow." They lie about their discipline. They make promises they never intend to keep. And each broken promise chips away at their power until they're hollow shells of potential. But not you. You're done with that. You rebuild the bridge between your words and your actions until they're the same thing. You become solid, not performative. Let others chase appearances. You chase alignment. Because the truth is, character is success. It's not the path to it. It is the destination. Because once you've built character, success becomes automatic. It flows toward you like water finding the lowest point. Inevitable, natural, effortless. When you are dependable, opportunities trust you. When you are disciplined, abundance trusts you. When you are honest, people trust you. And when people trust you, the world opens in ways it never will for the deceitful. So stop asking, "What should I do to succeed?" Start asking, "Who must I become to deserve it?" Write down the traits of the person you wish to be. Every morning, study that list. Every day, act as if you're already that person. Every night, audit yourself. Where did you act out of fear? Out of pride? Out of ego? Fix it. Do this every day, and you'll build something far stronger than results. You'll build character. And once you do, you'll understand the ultimate truth. The world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you who you are. And if who you are is forged, focused, and faithful to your code, then everything else, money, power, opportunity, legacy, becomes a side effect. Step 5. Live as the person you want to become. There's a brutal truth most never face. You can study success. You can visualize it. You can pray for it. But until you embody it, until you become the person who deserves it, it will always stay out of reach. You've spent years trying to get more, when the secret was to be more. Because success doesn't chase the desperate. It doesn't respond to wishful thinking or empty affirmations. It responds to identity. Everything in your life, your income, your relationships, your discipline, your peace, is not a reflection of your desires. It's a reflection of your identity. You can only rise to the level of who you believe yourself to be. You can't outperform self-doubt. You can't out-hustle a weak self-image. You can't outwork an identity built on scarcity and fear. You can only evolve by burning the old version of yourself to the ground and stepping into the one who is already worthy. So, how do you do it? You live as if you already are that person. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. If the person you want to become was sitting across from you, what would they say? How would they move? What would they tolerate? What would they eliminate? You already know the answers. You're just afraid to pay the price. But transformation demands sacrifice. You can't become a new person while clinging to the habits, the friends, and the thoughts of the old one. You must die before you rise. That's not poetry, that's evolution. You have to bury the identity that survives on excuses, comfort, and approval. The one who procrastinates, the one who plays small, the one who still looks for permission. That version of you has to die. And you must mourn it, because it's the only version you've known. But once it's gone, once you stop feeding that ghost, space opens for something greater, becoming the architect of your destiny. Every decision you make sends a signal to your subconscious about who you are. Every choice is a vote for the person you're becoming. When you wake up early, you tell your mind, I'm disciplined. When you refuse to gossip, you tell your spirit, I have integrity. When you say no to temporary pleasure, you whisper to the universe, I am in control. This is how identity is forged, not in grand gestures, but in quiet consistency. You don't become great overnight. You become great through repetition, through relentless self-command, through daily proof that you're becoming who you were always meant to be. Most people wait to feel ready before they act, but the greats act first and let their feelings catch up later. Because waiting to feel ready is waiting to die unfulfilled. The warrior moves forward, regardless of emotion. They understand that emotion is a follower, not a leader. Your identity isn't sculpted by comfort. It's carved through defiance. You want power? Then stop negotiating with weakness. You want abundance? Then stop acting like someone who expects scarcity. You want freedom? Then stop moving like a prisoner. Speak differently. Walk differently. Think differently. Every moment, ask yourself, is this how the highest version of me would respond? And if the answer is no, change it immediately. That's self-leadership. That's mastery. Because the difference between pretending and becoming is consistency. Anyone can fake strength for a day. Few can embody it for a lifetime. When you live aligned with your future self long enough, the universe bends to match your frequency. It's not magic. It's physics. You're tuning your energy to a higher pattern, and reality has no choice but to rearrange around it. But make no mistake, this level of transformation will cost you everything that is not aligned. You will lose people. You will lose approval. You will lose comfort. And it will hurt. Because the path of becoming is a path of isolation. It's walking through darkness with only your own fire to light the way. But that's where the warriors are made, in the crucible of solitude. You will emerge stripped of illusions, but covered in truth. Untouchable, unapologetic, unstoppable. Living as the person you want to become means holding your standard, even when no one claps. It means walking alone when the crowd mocks your vision. It means choosing integrity when lies would make life easier. It means carrying yourself as if your destiny is inevitable. Because once you truly believe it is, it is. The weak wait for proof. The strong become it. You can keep waiting for the world to recognize your potential, or you can step into it and let the world adjust. From this moment on, stop chasing. Start embodying. Walk into every room like you belong there. Not because you're arrogant, but because you've built yourself to deserve it. Success doesn't find the loud, it finds the aligned. And when you finally live as that person, not talk about them, not dream about them, but live them, you'll feel it. Your energy will shift. Opportunities will find you. People will treat you differently. Doors will open quietly, almost reverently, because the universe recognizes when one of its own has awakened. That's the final step. Stop waiting to become. Be. Because once you do, success will no longer be something you chase. It will be something that chases you. If you have trouble following these steps, don't panic. Every transformation begins in chaos. Every warrior once stumbled through confusion before clarity arrived. You don't have to master everything today. You only have to start. And if the steps feel heavy, use these techniques until they become part of your nature. Technique 1. Anchor to identity. When you feel lost, don't focus on what to do. Focus on who to be. Close your eyes and ask yourself, how would the highest version of me handle this moment? Then do exactly that. This single question burns away confusion, fear, and hesitation. It removes emotion from decision-making and replaces it with identity. Because when you act from who you want to become, your actions rewrite who you are. Technique 2. Journal the war within. Write down your thoughts every morning and every night. Don't filter. Don't perform. Just bleed ink. List your fears, your failures, your victories. You'll start to notice patterns, the lies your mind keeps telling you to stay small. Once you expose those lies, they lose their power. You don't fight the darkness by ignoring it. You fight it by dragging it into the light. Technique 3. Build micro-discipline. If you can't stay consistent with massive goals, start with microscopic ones. Drink a full glass of water when you wake up. Make your bed. Read 10 pages. Do 10 push-ups. The size doesn't matter. The symbolism does. Every small act of discipline becomes a thread that stitches your identity together. Over time, those threads weave into armor. Technique 4. Audit your circle. Energy is contagious. If you're surrounded by the comfortable, you'll become them. Replace gossip with growth. Replace negativity with accountability. If your circle isn't challenging you, it's chaining you. Surround yourself with people who make you uncomfortable in the best way. Those who force you to level up or fall behind. Technique 5. Master the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes every day and say, I'm not there yet, but I'm coming. You'll feel fake at first. You'll feel stupid. But that's the point. To rewire the internal resistance that's been holding you hostage. Confidence is built through repetition of courage, and the mirror doesn't lie. If you face it long enough, it becomes your ally. Now listen carefully, because this is the part most people ignore, and it's why they never change. If you don't take these steps, nothing external will ever save you. You will spend your life chasing ghosts. New jobs, new relationships, new distractions, trying to fix internal wounds with external bandages. You'll grow older, but not wiser. Busier, but not better. You'll mistake motion for progress and wonder why the same patterns keep repeating. If you ignore these steps, the illusion of comfort will rot your potential from the inside out. Your dreams will suffocate under routines of survival. Your spark will dim until all that's left is a faint memory of who you could have been. You'll feel it, the quiet regret, the awareness that you played it safe, that you let fear and self-doubt win the war you were born to fight. That's the cost of inaction. That's the price of refusing the call. Because life doesn't stay still. It's a battlefield. And if you don't advance, you retreat. If you don't master yourself, the world will do it for you. If you don't take responsibility, you'll be ruled by blame. If you don't destroy comfort, it will destroy your edge. If you don't build character, you'll collapse the moment life tests you. And if you don't live as the person you want to become, you'll die as the person you settled for. So choose now, not tomorrow, not when you're ready, now. Because the door to greatness isn't locked. It's just guarded by the version of you that refuses to change. Walk through it, bleeding if you must, but walk. Because if you stay where you are, you will watch your potential fade into dust, and you will never forgive yourself for it.